Good morning, children. Children, I welcome you all to today's session of chemistry, and we are on to chapter 4 water. Right, children? You all know how important water is for our survival, right? And what all water can do, right? What all water can do, and if there's no water, then what is going to happen? So, let us go through this very interesting chapter. So, water is a liquid which forms rain and fills river, lakes, ponds, and the sea. Right? That means water is everywhere. Right? See, children, rains, rivers, lakes, pond, and sea or ocean, they contribute for nearly three-fourths of the earth. And water is everywhere. Water is in the ground and in the air which we breathe. Water is everywhere. Water is one of the most common and useful substances around us. Water is essential for life. All the living things, plants, and animals need water to live. In fact, water is used for a large number of purposes. Right? Water is used for a large number of purposes in different fields. It will become clear in the following discussion. Now, children, the first thing we should see is the importance of water. Right? See, it is clearly stated water is a major component of all living bodies. Our bodies constitute about 60% of water. Right, children? This is very important that our body consists of about 60% of water. Water helps in various processes in our body, for example, digestion, absorption of nutrients, etc. Some fruits and vegetables are also rich sources of water. For example, tomato. It consists about 90% of water and cucumber 96% of water. Various animals and plants live in water bodies like oceans, seas, rivers and lakes. Right? See, we all know water is used in home for drinking and cooking purpose, washing and brushing the teeth and bathing, etc. Water is used in agriculture for growing food. Water is needed to grow all kind of crop or plant for irrigation purpose, right? So water of pond, lakes and rivers is used also for growing fish, which is used as food for many people, right? And then to run the generators which produce electricity at the thermal power plants. Water is boiled to make steam. The high pressure of steam turns the steam turbines. Rotating steam turbines run the generators, right? Water is used in industries for producing almost all things that we use. The making of paper, cloth, medicines, chemicals, breads, biscuits, and many things in industries require a lot of water. Water is used to keep things cool. For example, water is used in radiators of vehicles like car, buses, and trucks to keep their engines cool. Water in the river and in the sea is used for transport of passengers, goods from one place to the other. Water of river and the sea helps in the dispersal of seeds. Water is used to generate electricity at a hydroelectric power plant. Right? Now, if water is so useful, then what are the various sources of water? Right? So, the next topic which we are going to study is a very important one. What are the various sources of water? We know basically the chief source of water is rainfall. Also, sea, ocean, river, ponds, lakes are the sources of water. The place from where we get water is called source of water. The water which we use is obtained from sources such as rivers, lakes, ponds, wells, springs. The water which we get in taps and homes come from rivers, lakes, or tube well. Right? The water drawn from the rivers and lakes is first purified and then made germ free. Right? Then the important question comes that from where does this water comes which fills in rivers, lakes, ponds and wells? Right? So the answer is in these 2 points here, that the rivers get their water from the melting of snow lying on the peaks of snow mountains called glaciers, and also from rains. Lakes, ponds and well get their water from rainfall. Right? So rainwater, see, this line is very important, that rainwater is the purest form of natural water. Right? The rainwater also becomes contaminated and impure when it flows into rivers, lakes and ponds. Some of the rainwater which falls on earth seeps to the soil and goes down. under the surface of this earth. Ultimately, this water is stopped by some hard rock and collects there. This underwater can be taken out by digging. This is called well water, right? It contains some dissolved salts also, and the place where the underground water comes out on the surface on its own, it is called a spring, right? Most of the two-thirds of earth is covered with water. Most of this water is in the form of huge oceans which are there, right? So these are the some of the sources of water. Now let us move to the states of water. We all know that water can exist into three states: solid, liquid, and gas. The frozen form of water is called snow, and the gaseous form of water is called water vapor. Now, children, see, this is a very important one, that water can be changed from one state to the other by heating or cooling. When ice or snow is heated, it melts and changes into water. This process is called melting, children. Right? Melting from solid to liquid. When water is cold too much, it freezes and changes into ice or snow. This is called freezing. When water is heated, it evaporates to form into vapor. This is called evaporation. When water vapor is cooled, it condenses it into and changes into water. This is called condensation, right? So these are the four techniques of converting water from one state to the other, and that's it is called interconversion of states of water. Now we come to the very important part of aspect of water, which is the water cycle. The continuous circulation of water from Earth's surface to atmosphere and from the atmosphere back to Earth is called water cycle. The water cycle in nature can be described as the heat from the sun is there, which evaporates the water which is there in lakes, rivers, and ponds and ocean. This water get converted into water vapor, and the water vapor goes up into the air. Right? The plants and trees, they absorb water from the soil, and from the plants also it moves up is water vapor, and this process is called transpiration, right, children? So transpiration is the process by which water is evaporates from plants through their pores on the leaves, which is called stomata, right? What it is called, children? Stomata. See, I'm writing it is called STOMATA. This is the name of the spore. The pores, right? The air containing water vapor is heated by the sun. The hot air, being lighter, rises high in the sky, and it reaches to higher altitudes which are very cold, and there it gets condensed into water, and it falls down as rainfall, as tiny droplet of water from cloud in the form of rainfall, right? Water is also formed by melting of snow, and due to that rivers are formed, and this water reaches into the ocean, right? Now, children, the question arises, why this water cycle is important, right? See, children, we are at this point, why this water cycle is important. The answer lies: water cycle makes fresh water available in the form of rain. Water cycle keeps the amount of water on the earth's surface constant, right? Because if the see, this is a beautiful diagram of the water cycle, children. You can see here things are happening here and there. You can see arrows, through arrows, these two phenomena here. There is transpiration and evaporation. The water is going up. From there, it by cooling it comes down in the form of rain or snowfall, and ultimately reaches the sea water. Now there is a need for potable water. So the first question arises, what is potable water? Basically, children, it is the drinkable water. Now about 71% of the earth is covered by potable water, right? One out of the total water present on the earth, about 97.4% is in the seas and oceans. The sea water or ocean water is highly salty, and it is not fit for drinking, right? The water which is fit for drinking is called the fresh water, and that is only 2.6% of the total. Most of the fresh water is in the form of frozen state snow, or ice or on snow-covered mountains, glaciers as polar ice caps. This frozen fresh water is not readily available for human use. Only a small fraction of fresh water is readily available for human use. In fact, the readily available fresh water for human use is only 0.014% of all the fresh water present on the earth. Right? The water available for human use is mostly present in rivers, lakes, ponds, and partly on the groundwater. Right? And the ground, there are so many contaminations that it is also not fit. Right? The water that is fit for drinking is called potable water. Right? So I think we should stop here. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did in making it. And until we meet again, it's a goodbye.